first and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Short throw caught by Bowers. Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
It's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Nineteen tight.
Back to throw now on first down. That's to Bowers once again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
They go play action now. Jackson. He's got a man. It's his fullback. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Jackson from the shotgun. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Well, you know, paramount for his defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO, and he'll keep it. It'll go as a sack for a loss of a yard, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. For Las Vegas, about set to begin the drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. The Raiders at 2-4 here in the first half of the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
It's Dante Thornton, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive, it comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming out.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations, ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On the deck. Ready, let's go.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Raiders have taken the lead. extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Ravens 7.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing is Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Here's Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 1. Jackson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense. But whistles are going to blow the play dead. Since it was 4th down, a fumble cannot be advanced by another player. But fortunately, they will have enough to keep the 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I do know from experience, when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Jackson going to keep it to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Third and 2.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it third.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
That's good.
Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down.
At the 50-yard line.
Let's go now.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Let's go. Ready.
Gets it quickly out wide to Thornton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball will get a bit of credit, but how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14.
Ravens 14.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it first and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they do finally get him at the 12. 77 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
53 yards. And the Ravens first down.
To throw is Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Now Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are personal back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
60 guys, Bronco 80.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
I think if you asked them truthfully, they would have been happy to get 8, 9, maybe even 10 yards there and give them a manageable 3rd down attempt. Instead, he found plenty of room there on the catch and run and turned 2nd and long into not just a 1st down, but a huge play.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 2nd and 8.
Get it.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Ready. Ready.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Giving 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Warrior 70, Viking 8, rig alert, rig. Panther 11, 19 Lion.
Now back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. But he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
On the go. Let's go now. 18 Cardinal. Buffalo 18.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
At the 14-yard line.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I can't help it because I'm just sitting back in admiration right now for what I'm seeing. This is a defense that essentially announces to everyone that they're going to play, you are not running the ball against us. I don't care how you try to go about doing it.
#1 rush defense in the league for a reason, and after that last play, they might want to try to go to the air. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Hurt. 19 Tiger. Ready up.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Dante Thornton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders would extend their lead here just before halftime. Flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. Set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Now it's Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Jahad Campbell. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
3rd and 15.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Raiders will take over now, first and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Second and 6. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Lots of screen pass. That's complete. Well, first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Here we go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Come on. Set.
They'll look to throw here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th.
70 Ranger, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Dante Thornton with career touchdown number 70. And the Raiders take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now.
17.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Jackson now. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now it's Jackson. first and 10.
24-yard gain on the play. First down.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Again, Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line.
A gain of 12. First down, Ravens.
Back to throw again. And a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Ravens first down.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down the 8-yard line. Ball on the 8. It's second and 4.
Brings up second and 4.
Looking to throw. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Baltimore first down. First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Back to throw. Jackson. And it's caught. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Second and goal from the 1.
Pick up the 2. Brings up second and goal.
And he'll take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
On the keeper.
Lamar Jackson with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anymore because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
That's good.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a second and 10.
Let's go now.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. The Raiders on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
For the field goal, a 29-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
That's good.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now Lamar changing the play. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right of the yard.
44-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Looking to throw. Jackson. They juked him. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
And the Baltimore first down. A gain of 21 yards.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
That's another.
A good pick up there, 20 yards.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. That is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. On his loop for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Raiders 38, Ravens 31.
And the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this league. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid
5. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Come on, set. Panther 6, curve 19, curve 19. Buffalo 18.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 76 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The big man, Namdi Matabike, there on the tackle. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go, set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. 1 yard and now no yards. Have them looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Here we go, here we go. Lightning 18. Ready.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Jackson going to change things up a bit. Jackson throwing to start the drive. Jackson going to keep it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 3 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now they'll change things up. From the gun, Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field. Those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Raiders are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Yeah, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that hole with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 2nd and 6. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready? Hey, go!
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Ready? Tap, Dragon 60. Streak, streak, go streak.
Be ready, be ready.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's going to have a Raider first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pick.